All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Detroit Pistons news video. If you guys want more Pistons content, hit the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below. Let's get right into it. There hasn't been too much Detroit Pistons news that you're probably not aware of. The biggest being that the Houston Rockets have actively been pursuing the first pick to try and get Cade Cunningham. Apparently, they are just super sold on Cade. I don't know if this is a smokescreen. I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure the Rockets at the same time I'm sure they're just huge on Cade. However, the Rockets could have their guy, Jalen Green. There's a rumor and a report out there that Jalen Green was told by a team that he was going to be drafted by them. So if for some reason the Rockets are thinking the Pistons like Jalen Green more than Cade Cunningham, they might be trying to kind of just overhype Cade Cunningham to make it seem like he's the clear-cut number one choice. So who really knows what's going on? Now, I'm not a Detroit Piston fan, so that's where I want to hear your guys' opinions on this, because I don't see anything happening. Honestly, I don't really see the Houston Rockets being able to come up with a package that would be suitable. It would have to be, obviously their pick at number 2, maybe one of either 23, 24, and then it's got to be a future first, probably unprotected. I don't know if the Houston Rockets are actually going to be able to give the Detroit Pistons enough value for them to pull the trigger. And the issue is you can't trade, the Pistons could trade with other teams. Only issue is if Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham is your guy, you can't really get past number 2. I've been seeing a lot of Cleveland Cav trade hypotheticals. I think it goes like number 3, Isaac Okoro, and then an unprotected next year, I want to say is what the trade was. And Colin Sexton, I think, was in that actually as well. So the issue with that is, if you want Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham, they're probably going to be picked. So it's probably not the best scenario there. In my opinion, I think it's just not 100% likely, but I'm leaning towards 95% sure that Detroit's going to pick Cade Cunningham. And Troy Weaver's a really smart guy. Detroit doesn't get enough credit. They're doing a really good job. Troy's a second-year GM, and he's going to evaluate all options. And so that's another important thing, is just because the Rockets are super intrigued by Cade Cunningham, that doesn't mean Troy Weaver's going to pull the trigger on it. So I know right now it's a pretty stale, outside of just the Rockets trying to pursue Cade Cunningham, it's been a pretty stale last week or so about draft rumors. So lastly, there was a trade. I think it was a Bleacher Report trade, actually. I might make a whole video on this, but the trade was basically Jerami Grant for Jaren Jackson Jr., Justice Winslow, and the 17th pick. And this is a really intriguing trade for the Pistons. I'm not a huge fan of it. JJJ has not played a full season. That is my one concern. I do like his ability to stretch the floor. You'd be able to get rid of Mason Plumlee playing the 5. You'd be able to throw in Isaiah Stewart there at the 5. And Jaren would be able to space the floor. He shoots well. He's a good defender. He's freaky athletic. He moves quick. He's perfect. The only issue is he has yet to play a full season because he is just never healthy. So it's a huge risk with that. And then Justice, he was good at Duke. He had a solid season or two, but outside of that, man, I don't think there's really a role for him on Detroit. So for that reason, I don't see him getting anything done unless they see that 17th pick. They want more young talent, which I'm sure they do, but they also could package that 17th pick and then maybe a future first as well to try and trade up more in the draft, or to just get somebody who can come on, help the team right away. So I don't know what the Detroit Pistons are going to do at the draft. Luckily, we only have about 15 or so more days. I'm not sure when you'll see this video, but there's only about 2 weeks until the draft. So let the speculation start running, but I'm relatively sure Detroit's going to pick Cade. The thing is with the Pistons is I think Cade Cunningham is the answer. I think he's the choice, but at the same time, I'm not an NBA scout, man. if they draft Jalen Green, they're going to be just as happy with Jalen Green. So that's the beauty of the situation they're in. They really can't go wrong. I'm sure they're it was funny. They were interviewing these draft prospects on if they made their bed or not. There was a report that came out that Dwayne Casey wants them to make their bed in their morning, and if they don't make their bed in the morning, they're not the guy for the Pistons, because it kind of shows like how they take control of their life and they're organized, all that stuff. I don't really know the legitimacy of what's going on here. Hopefully Cade Cunningham makes his bed. I think Cade Cunningham makes his bed. He's done a house tour, or he did a room tour at Oklahoma State for one of his videos on YouTube. So I think he makes his bed, man. Hopefully he makes it. But Cade Cunningham, baby, Detroit, don't worry. Cade's probably... you know what? This is kind of news as well. I got a couple of comments that apparently Cade Cunningham is looking for houses in Detroit. So there you go. There's some promising news right there. I once again, not sure about the legitimacy of that. It's just a YouTube comment, but it's a pretty random thing to say. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Once again, if you enjoyed this video and you want more Detroit Pistons content, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the sub button, drop a comment if you can. Otherwise, have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.